We stop, we become aware, present danger versus scenario. I'm aware of it now, either take action or I don't. There's wisdom in that. Discernment. One of the best things that I know to start with is to breathe. Just breathe. Because what happens when we're in fight or flight response, our breathing constricts. Right? Our heartbeat kicks up and we get constricted because if we need to run, we're going to need all that juice to run with. We're going to need all that adrenaline to run with. But if we can stop ourselves and breathe, it tells our body there's no fight or flight needed here. Because I can breathe deeply. If I was out running away from a saber-toothed tiger, I would not be able to breathe deeply. So we train ourselves. We use the breath to inform our mind and our body. There's nothing to run from here. We breathe. Okay, one of the things that I love to do is I like to focus on what or who I love. Because if we're focusing on what or who we love, it pushes the fear out, kind of all by itself. So if I can get myself to start thinking about every person or everything or every circumstance and get those feelings revved up about what I love, or you can say what you're grateful for. It's a great tool to use. This is what I love. It also gets me focusing on right now. So right now, there's nothing happening. I'm only making it up in my mind. Right now, there is no present danger. Right now, I'm breathing deep. Right now, I love my body puppy. Right now, I connect with those things. Our animals will take me right to the place of love, probably faster than anybody or anything. Just imagine it's just my little puppy. And it takes me to that place of love. That's what I mean by find something or someone that you love. You can also start by removing scary things in your life, like movies and TV. You know, we have so much crap that's scary. Some of you love horror movies, that's great, more power to you. But if you find yourself feeling more fearful afterwards, maybe you can eliminate it. So there's a few things you can remove. We can create an affirmation that helps us. Like for me, mine is, right now, all is well. And I kind of make myself literally look around. Right now, all is well. The only place anything is scary is in here. So I'm sitting on the airplane, which you all know I'm way past what I used to be. I'm about 80% there. Almost there. I sit there now and I sit down and the first thing I do is breathe. I practice exactly this. I breathe and I look around and I think, right now, all is well. Right? We take off, we get up in the air, and I go, right now, all is well. And I keep saying that like a mantra during the flight. Right now, all is well. Any place I might be afraid is only in my head, only in my imagination. What if? Right now, people next to me, people eating, people having coffee, the wings are doing what they're supposed to do, the pilots are up there doing their thing, the flight attendants are joyfully walking down with big happy smiles because they don't know what's around the world. Everything is fine. Right? So we can create some kind of affirmation that works for us while we're breathing, while we're remembering our little puppies or kitties or people or whoever that we think that we love. Get into that place. And then the biggest tool, and if you can go to this one first, by all means do it. Just remember who we are. Remember who you are. You're not a human body that's trying to find a God. You are a God expressing as a human body. So whatever you say that one power is, you're already it, remember. You're already love, you're already peace, you're already safe. Life already is. Death is just a transition from here to there. Whatever the fear that you all mentioned, if we remember who we are, then even that thing called death is nothing. There's nothing to be afraid of if we say life continues. Remembering who we are as spiritual beings is like the biggest one. So we breathe, we remember. Oh, I forgot to get something out of my office. Can you hold on for just 1 minute? I have something to read for you. Don't go anywhere. Almost found it. Isn't that fun to be able to still talk to you when I'm out? All right. Somebody gave me this as a gift. Come on, Ernest, get out of the way. All right. Oh, shoot. All right, here we go. Okay, come on, I almost got it. There we go. All right. called 8 questions about God. For those of you who don't like the word God, 8 questions about the source. Okay? So I'm going to say it this way. Do you believe in God or the source? Answer to yourself. Is God or the source a personal God? Personal source? You all answering as I go along? Did God create you? Did the source create you? Did this one source know you before you were born in a human body? Does this one source have a purpose for you? Does this one source, or did this one source give you gifts and talents to give to the world? Does this one source have your best interest? Well, I would think so, because we're it, right? Do you believe this one source is infallible, eternal, infinite? If your answers are yes, then why are you afraid? I've had this sitting in my office for years to reflect on, although I did put a picture of Ernest Holmes over it recently. What am I afraid of? If I believe all these things, what am I afraid of? Except a hot flash. I'm going to end you with this quote from Ernest Holmes, right over the top of the questions. I don't have it there. The quote is, "There is no fear in spirit." Whatever word, there's no fear in God, no fear in source. There is no fear in spirit. And there will be none in us when we realize who and what we are. There is no fear in spirit, and there will be none in us when we realize, I'm going to add, and remember daily who and what we are. Let's close our eyes. We close our eyes and we join together remembering, first of all, what life is. What is this thing called life? I believe it is a creation of that one power, that one omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient power, that one source. That one is already whole, it is already complete, there is nothing lacking, there is nothing missing. This one source is not a man in the sky that we must go after and appease. Rather, it is an energy that is everywhere present. Everywhere, everywhere present. It cannot be present somewhere and not otherwhere. It is just it, present everywhere. And so as I remember that, and I remember that this one source is love, and I remember that it is peace, and I remember that it is wholeness and perfection, I remember it is intelligence, and I remember it is creative, and it created me, and it created all of us. I believe that this one source didn't create us and then separate itself from us. It created us by becoming us. And so our little piece of self-understanding is a piece of the wholeness that we call God. Never separate. I cannot separate the dough from the loaf of bread. I cannot separate the spirit from who I am. This is already the truth. And so when I speak my word for me to remember, for me to align myself again with what is already true. And so I do that now. I remember that one source. I remember it is me. I remember it is my intelligence, my love, my very being. Speaking my word for all of us, that this wholeness is already who we are. Then I can speak my word to say we are safe. I can speak my word to say we are guided, we are provided from this one source through us. And so I speak the word today that we open up our mind and we open up our hearts to let it come through. That any blockage to our good falls away, and that any fear that we're making up in our mind shrinks today.